Welcome to the Chewn podcast, where real topics are discussed by fake individuals with fake opinions. Even if it's the host or the guest, don't take them seriously. And if you do get offended, guess what? Shit happens. Leave it below in the comment section. Let's roll. What's going on? We back with another Chewing the Fat. J for real, Cadillac, Dan DeVille. Yo, we back at it, and right now we're about to hit a major topic of things that are going on right now in our country, with our dumbass president. I'm just going to say that. We got a dumbass president right now. A lot of shit he's saying, a lot of shit he's doing, a lot of shit he supposed to be doing. Taco is what they call him. Trump always chickens out. Matter of fact, they said you can get arrested for saying that, so I guess I might be a criminal on the flee right now. But we are talking about... Right.
It's leading that way. You just stay
true. Right. It might be that way for real.
Right.
We're talking about Israel and Iran right now, this whole conflict. And I'm going to say that I'm going to warn some of you right now in the beginning that there will be some graphic images that will be displayed along with this topic. There also may be some things that me and Dan DeVille say that won't quite sit well with some of you, but that shit is what it is. And me and my brother didn't talk about this topic before we jumped on here. We really care to have more of a genuine, realistic feel about it. You know, we're not always going to agree. Sometimes we will agree, but we know how to disagree and still love each other at the end of the day. We both served in the military to some extent, whatever that extent may be. If you never served in the military, you don't have shit to say to me, especially if you some type of Trump or some type of consider yourself a patriot of the United States of America, yet you never donned the badge or the flag on a uniform. You really don't have shit to say to us.
You know what they call them people, don't they?
Go ahead, tell them, Dan DeVille.
You know what they call them people?
Tell them, Dan DeVille.
They call them people fans. You know, they buy tickets to the show, and they sit up in the stands. You understand? That's what they call them people. You know,
spectators.
Know everything, but ain't never played the game.
Ain't never played the game.
Shit,
that's a fact, bro. And so we're gonna just kick it off, man. I'm gonna let you go on it. We got Iran bombing, we got Israel bombing, and I'm gonna say this right out of the gate: U.S. gotta stop wanting to be pimped out. U.S. gotta stop wanting to be pimped out. Israel is not clean. Their hands are not always clean. And the Jewish community is a community that is almost similar to me in some ways as the LGBTQ community. They can say everything about everybody, but as soon as something is said about them, it's like hell or high water, the earth is over and you got to be scorched. And quite frankly, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of the throwing the rocks and then trying to hide your hands. Where do you sit right now with the Israel and Iran conflict, of what we have going on right now, and even including our president with his say in some of this situation?
Brother, when it comes to war, you know, president say what he want to say and all, but Congress still got to make that call. You understand, with this getting involved in foreign conflicts, Congress still got to make that call. For what's taking place in the United States right now, brother, we are spread too thin. You know, we've got racial divides. You know, we've got financial unrest. We've got businesses that depend on other businesses throughout the supply chain that, man, damn near everything's on hold right now because nobody knows where this is going. You understand? This is about to implode. You know, China, the disagreement with China is enough. You know, that's one alone that, I mean, come on, man. You can't take that and want to hop in and incorporate with Putin, and then Putin don't want to listen to you now. Now it's the issue with them. You spread yourself too thin for something that you're not prepared for, because we don't have the military force that we had 20 years ago. You know, this is scientifically proven. The United States male testosterone levels have increasingly declined over the past 30 years. You know, this is scientifically proven. You know, they can't fill the ranks of the military. They got to make it cool to the kids now. You know, and they still may not pass the physical test, you know. So we're not in a position, my thought, as far as getting involved with what Israel and Iran has. You know, this wanting to topple Iran's nuclear facilities. Well, explain to me who's the worst of it or who's the best of it when you take Iran and you take Israel. Well,
Yeah.
which one is better? Are you both just on the same footing, jockeying for attention? Hey, no,
Right.
my side. No, get on my side. I'm ignorant to it. I don't know, but that's what it seemed to be to me.
Right.
You both have committed evil acts. You both probably done some good too. But damn,
Right.
you don't want Iran to have nuclear, but you have it.
Right.
I don't.
Right. What's
I'm
really
missing
going on?
something.
And I gotta tell people out here, and listen, Trump Trump is part of the problem, people. He's part of the problem. Let's not forget that Trump decided to basically scrap the Iran nuclear and being involved in that whole program, just despite Obama back in the day, 2018, 2019 time frame, he decided to abandon that. He had decided to abandon that whole situation. And how many times have we now seen where Trump has been the cause of the conflict that he tries to act like he's going to fix? It's almost like fucking Dak Prescott. If y'all don't know who that is, because I know it's going to be a lot of different people from different countries watching this podcast right now, what's going on. Dak Prescott will throw for umpteenth amount of hundreds of yards, and in the fourth quarter, he might throw for 200 of those yards out of a 350-yard game. You say, damn, Dak brought us back. Dak did his thing. Well, Dak put your motherfucking ass in the hole to begin with the interceptions and the bullshit decisions he made. So now what? You supposed to crown him because he got you out of the hole that he put you in? No, Trump putting us in these holes, and then Trump trying to act like he's saving us. Trump is making bad decisions based on trying to be popular, based on him wanting to be something that he's not. He wants to be in the history books to be a president that is part of war. He shouldn't be president to begin with. And I'm going to say this. Iran, to me, and I'm with you, brother, because I feel you, like the ignorance that we may have into the dealings of who's good and who's the worst and who's bad and who's not. I got to say this, man. They've been doing this shit for generations. Nothing has changed between these two countries and other countries around them since we've been involved. The only thing that happens is we either have our hands in the cookie pot while they're going ahead and destroying each other's and we financially get compensated for it, or the shit doesn't work. It looks horrible. And we got a bunch of troops that aren't home with their families, that are living and dying out there in them streets, that are being part of a war and casualties of war while you trying to kind of be in the middle. That's what I typically see when this shit happens. And I get tired of Israel trying to be like this, bro. We don't need the U.S., but it'd be better if we had you. We don't need you. We've already taken down the quality, but we need your jets and we need your pilots and we need your planes because it'd be a lot faster for us to get this done. Which one the fuck is it? Do you need the help or do you not need the help? Because it seems like to me you feel like you're too good to admit you really don't want to get your hands dirty. So America, come over here and get your hands dirty with us so we can share some of that blame. I'm really not. As a matter of fact, bro, let's show this video clip real quick. Let's show this video clip because I'm finna show you a video clip of an Israeli, the way that they conduct themselves in a situation where if you are the people of God, you should conduct yourself a little bit better. Now, remind you what I told you, people. You're going to see some graphic images here. But we got to bring this point home because another thing I want you to understand is just like me and Dan DeVille are sharing with you our feelings, the people in Congress, just like Dan DeVille told you, they make these decisions. President Trump and those guys make those decisions, and they make decisions that we don't always agree with. Just like it's people in Israel, Iran, Iraq, Sudan, Mali, these people living lives just like us, and they are being grouped in with idiots in political positions that are making decisions of power that have nothing to do with what these people really want. We all kind of in the same boat. So don't hate somebody that's Israeli. Don't hate somebody that's Iran. Just think about that. But I am about to show you the actions of Israeli citizens that really should not be the case, but they always act like they clean. So here we go. Like I said, just be mindful of what you're about to see. And if it's something that's too bad for you, then hey, just skip ahead. Now, this is an Israeli citizen pissing on a dead body. They defaming a dead body. Now, from what I know, people of God not supposed to conduct themselves this way.
Yeah, that's clearly not God-like, man.
That's
Shit,
not God-like, bro.
I've seen
Look at this.
Shit, man, what?
This
Yeah,
is
man.
Israeli conducting themselves like this, man. So, bro, go ahead. This is disturbing. That's
It's real
disturbing, man.
disturbing. It's real disturbing. Israel is doing that to presumably people from Iran.
Yeah, I
Iran
think
doing it
this
to
was a
people
guy. I think
from
this is when they were in a conflict with Gaza.
Iran doing it to people from Israel. They back and forth in this fight. But
Thank you.
I will say this, brother, because we see this across the world, and with all these different conflicts, and the world is just imploding on itself. It's people got to dig deep, man, and try to figure this out. Everything's progressed in this world except for the human being. The human being has digressed and man has mutated into something that's strange. Technology's gotten better. Hell, we can probably damn near time travel right now, but the human being hadn't gotten better. We've got every religion, we've got every type of yoga in the world. They even got the metaverse and AI. Can't none of it make people better, man. It can't make people heart better. It can't. It just can't. Because if y'all in the vicinity of 1,000 kilometers, man, you got nukes, but they can't have nukes, and I don't understand. It's got to be some even trading off of the bad and the good there.
Right.
As far as the United States being involved, man, my vote don't go to that because we got better things to focus on, man. We imploding here, brother.
Right.
We're imploding. Families fighting to survive, brother. I was talking to a professor the other night. Cat was talking about some of his colleagues, man. They got doctorates. Shit, they can't find a job because they overqualified, man. And so it's, man, brother, yeah, it's hell of a
It's
life
bad.
we
It's
live.
bad. And I know some people might be wondering what's the Iron Dome, and what that is a surface to air defense system that Israel has. Is not an actual Iron Dome. I know you got a lot of content creators out here that's kind of doing these thumbnails of an Iron Dome, and then they going into all these conspiracy shit.
it.
Listen, it's a metaphor. It's an analogy. It's making up shit.
Right.
It's really just a surface to air defense missile
Trump
system
said the
where
gold dome for us.
right.
Yeah.
They gonna have all this shit, and so basically,
Whatever.
why it's such a big topic is because just like some other things that I'm saying, I don't mean to disrespect any Israeli citizen. Just listen and hear me out. I'm talking about politically on another level. If you agree with some of the things they're doing, then I am talking about you. Then wear the shoe if the shit fit. But just like I feel Israel is oversold in a lot of ways, that they the great, that they iron fist, that they all this and all that, this system failed. And Iran's ordnance was able to penetrate and actually land. And
Right.
up until now, they've been celebrating that this air defense system was so ironclad that it literally was metaphorically an iron dome. Nothing was going to penetrate that. People, what I'm going to tell you is this. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody get their ass kicked eventually. And sometimes you get your ass kicked by somebody that you really wouldn't expect to, or you look down upon and you really didn't think would have the balls to do something. Iran decided that, you know what, we finna really try you. And that's exactly what they did. And they end up getting through on this system. And I just got to say, people that are paying the price are people that are just like Dan DeVille said. Hell, they trying to go to work, find a way to feed their families, and they're dying throughout this damn cause. Every time you watch these videos, you tell me how many of these videos you see on the ground level where you looking at government officials, high-ranking generals, or military staff in these damn pictures where you seeing kids and grown people dead or covered up in tarps. You're not seeing them because they not the ones paying the price. They off in some damn board or ready room playing around like this shit is risk. And this is where we as people and human beings, like my brother just said, have to evolve and elevate above some of this bullshit that these people are putting us in. They putting us in these situations. They moving us around like pawns and chess pieces on the board, and a lot of y'all falling for the okie doke, the banana in the tailpipe, and it's just not happening. And right now, what you have going on over there is this: you got a lot of this going on. Like, it used to not be a time. This is like a damn fireworks display, but this is real shit happening, and you got people looking at this like, It's
Man, imagine that happening here. You
imagine
know,
that
people would lose their shit. People would
lose their shit.
absolutely lose their shit, man. And um, with all the unrest and things that we have going on here now, and Atlanta's trying to prep for the World Cup, and it's man, that's what 30 years, 30 years since the bombing at the '96 Olympics when the
Olympics.
world, yeah. So man, it's unrest everywhere, brother. And
It
it's
is.
it's it's scary. It's scary. All this division and leaning this way because of a trend, or leaning this way or that way.
Right.
Just right is right, wrong is wrong, man. Shit, man.
It is.
They bombing. You step out on your balcony. You got payloads coming.
Drop.
Da. That's not
Nobody
a
want a
vacation
nuclear
I
war,
want
bro.
to take. I don't want to take that vacation.
No. Nah.
Yeah, no.
And I think another misconception that might be out there, or a misunderstanding. I know some people were concerned, saying that, and some of it might be true. There's some context you got to think, but there was some notion out there that Israel was not allowing Americans to leave their country. And I will say this, that has happened in other situations. Now, if this is exactly true in this situation, I'm not sure, but I do know Middle Eastern countries in certain situations have declined American citizens or citizens of other countries to leave their area because it's kind of like a body shield. You have no choice but to get involved with us because your people are here with us. So what are you going to do? Just leave all of your American people over there? But really the thing is that's more accurate than not is the fact that it is a no travel advisory at this point because of the conflict. It's not safe for you to try and travel. And that's
Right,
really
that's
what's going
those
on.
that went, with they badass, and they were told to evacuate. Threat levels rising, evacuate. But no, they want to do what they want to do.
Right. And there you go.
Follow the
You play
instructions.
stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Follow the
Exactly.
instructions. People tell you to leave. They tell you hurricane coming. Leave. I'm gonna hang around. All right. Well, let me know how it work out for you. Yeah.
Leave. So I mean, I don't want to make light of y'all situation.
No.
But I want to say that y'all handle y'all shit, cause I
It's
don't know how
sad.
many. Right, handle y'all shit. Just
We
handle
got shit
y'all
over here
shit.
too, though. We got our
Right.
own.
We
shit.
got a bunch of shit going on over here. And y'all quick to want us to come, but y'all steady robbing us of our hip hop culture and the music that you owning. You steady robbing us, damn, entertainment wise. You steady robbing. You was involved in the slave trade and you was mad because that got called out. So you attacked our brother Kyrie Irving. You attacked Nick Cannon. You want to call us what they call it, anti-Semitic. As soon as something is said and then you find out it's true, but we still anti-Semitic because we saying historically what you were involved in, but you don't want that out there because you got to look crispy clean. Listen, handle your shit.
Yeah,
Handle
them
your
folks
shit
tripped
because
out,
we got a
man.
lot. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. You called
It's
it,
crazy
man.
to me.
I mean, it's.
I won't be surprised if they take this video down.
Why?
Bro, that's what they do.
Man, ain't nobody
That's-
saying nothing wrong. Man,
That-
shit, man. What?
Kyrie ain't saying shit wrong.
Oh man, don't start with that shit. They don't. Oh,
That-
fuck,
bro,
man, goddamn.
I know.
I can say shit, fuck, goddamn, but man, oh Lord, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm
Going crazy.
Never
Right.
mind. Never
Going
mind.
crazy. I tell you what, we'll
Man,
transition.
I need to go pray. I need
need to go-
yeah, man,
right.
I'm gonna go pray. Yeah,
We
yeah,
are. We
gotta
should.
go.
I am
Yeah.
going to pray
Yeah.
when we finish this podcast because you're watching it shortly after we record it. I am going to pray that some resolution is found and that people over there will end up being in a better situation and hopefully less lives will be lost. Cause I don't want to see that. I don't like watching CNN and seeing 5-year-old, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 1-year-old, and infant babies just like they just discarded for something. None of that is okay. None of that is okay. And I hate to see it. But the government, y'all need to handle y'all shit. Y'all need to get y'all shit together and stop trying to involve us in it because you don't want your hands all the way in the pot. You say you the big bad giant. You say you can handle Iran, then go handle your shit then. But I'm trying to figure out why it's okay for them to have all of this and them to have nothing. Like y'all been doing this shit for generations. We're not finna stop what y'all been doing since the biblical times. Then we're not finna change that. What we need to change is poverty in our country. What we need to
Right.
change is the outflow of financial and money that's going out of our country. What we need to
Right.
change is me and Danville, the working class in this country, not
Right.
being stepped on by our own fucking people. That's
Ain't it,
what
man?
we need to work on. We've been in war here for centuries. Here, I don't see you sending anything over here. I didn't see you send anything when Malcolm X was murdered because they didn't want that brother speaking the truth. I didn't see you send anything when Martin Luther King was murdered because he was gonna go lunch. He was gonna go protest on the yard so that everybody would have a job and that the government would have to recognize what they did to black people in this country. I didn't see you sending shit over here for that. I ain't see you sending shit for Ed Hampton. I ain't see you sending shit for Fred Garner or none of us that are being murdered in the street. Where the fuck y'all been? This is another time where we calling people out that's always trying to call up on us. Where have you been while we've been in a genocide situation? And a lot of times y'all want to bring up the Holocaust. As y'all feeling us. No, the fuck you not feeling us. You not feeling us. That was a horrible situation. But guess what? It's not happening right now. Our shit's still happening. So nah,
They
don't
better,
fix your shit.
They better understand the one thing that God told his people. God told you, God is in you. You know, God told every one of his people that because ain't nobody coming to save you. You know, ain't nobody coming from the sky nowhere else. Nobody coming to save you. You know, we them people that ain't nobody coming to save. You know, we got to stand on it, you know, and we got to deal with it day to day. Right. You know, ain't nobody coming to save us, so we got to look and find the God inside ourselves. You know, maybe that's why we carry ourselves a little bit more spiritually and differently, you know, than others.
True.
You know, yeah, you
True.
know.